Well, this is going to be an interesting video to start a topic video for the new year. If you saw my video from last year called Child Stars, I added this scene. Even Hilary Duff is coming back as Lizzie Mcguire reprise show of the same name. Yeah, the video was outdated. I put up the video in January 2021, but my audio recording and the video was made back in May 2020, which, yeah, I could have cut that part out. But in the description, I had to add a random side note, just in case if someone asked me about it. So, yeah, for this video, I actually do want to talk about the Lizzie Mcguire Revival and how it got cancelled. I originally wanted to put it up last month, but there was enough room to fit in with the other videos, so January was a good option for the video. Also, I'm including this video on my main account. I'm not putting it on my Disney Channel account once I make it in the future. Anyways, let's begin. So how did this show got cancelled? Well, before its cancellation, let's go back to the beginning where it got announced. Before 2019, there was discussions about the show having a revival, and on August 2019, it was announced at a conference called D23. It's a Disney conference where they talk about media content. So Disney was ready to develop a Lizzie Mcguire Revival show with Hilary Duff reprising her role as the character, and the creator Terry Minsky returns as the showrunner. The show would come out on Disney Plus, which the service would have come out 3 months after the conference, and the show was scheduled to release sometime around 2020. So in the revival, the plot would have centered on Lizzie at the age of 30 navigating life as an apprentice to an eternal decorator while living in an apartment in New York and being engaged to a man who owns a restaurant. On October 2019, some characters would return to the series, like Lizzie's parents and her brother Matt, and then the following month, Lizzie's friend Gordo would return. Unfortunately, Lelaine did not return for the revival, playing as Miranda, as I read, which, similar to the original show and even the Lizzie Mcguire movie, where she was absent because she had to work on other projects. Plus, right when the revival production was going on, Lelaine guest starred on Christian Romano's kitchen video on YouTube. So with that, the revival show was ready with 2 episodes being filmed. Then in January 2020, Minsky departed the show due to creative differences with Disney. Then a month later, Hilary said that the production was put on hold. Then, everything changed. Until after the halt and before 2020 was going to be a wrap-up, in December 2020, Hilary Duff announced that the Lizzie Mcguire Revival show was officially cancelled. When I first read that, I was disappointed. So much that the revival show could have had potential. I mean, I grew up with the original show, and I was ready for it. And keep in mind, this is for people that grew up with the original show. The only way you can watch it is on Disney Plus and digital downloads. Anyways, there are a few reasons for the cancellation. One is the departure of Terry Minsky. Even though she was the creator of the original show and a showrunner of the revival, she had to leave. After that, they couldn't find a new showrunner. Second is the production halt. They stopped and waited until further notice, though they explained why. On top of that, COVID came in during March 2020, meaning that any media would be on hold until further notice. For some reason, during fall of 2020, the show did not return production. Some movies and TV shows came back while COVID was going on during fall, but not Lizzie Mcguire Revival show. It did give me concerns if the show was going to be cancelled, and luckily it happened by December. Another issue between March and December 2020, Hilary Duff was pregnant with her second child, which kind of a random announcement. After that, the revival show was cancelled. Only some production shots seen here were made during it, and even a one-time random clip of the revival.
It's me.
Which you can find it on the What's Coming in 2020 video on Disney Plus channel, which, yes, the video was outdated. Seriously, it feels like 2020 was the most outdated because COVID ruined everything. I will say, if the revival show was going on in 2021, it would have been fine, but it wasn't until I realized what was the issue of the cancellation. Hillary said in a statement that the revival show was not family friendly enough and wanted to move the series to Hulu. I mean, Hulu has adult content, movies and shows on there, because Disney Plus will allow almost everything except the R-rated ones. So with that was the reason why the revival show got cancelled. And funny enough, right when the revival show got cancelled, iCarly revival show got announced the same month.
Coincidence? I think not!
I'll give it this, the iCarly revival at least made it in with no production holds, and it actually came out. Yes, it came out when COVID was going on, but that one lived, and the revival was aiming for adults, not kids. Which, I guess the Lizzie Mcguire Revival show was supposed to try to aim for that audience. So, with all that, I do feel upset that the Lizzie Mcguire Revival show canceled after the announcement a year later. Oh well, at least the original show from 20 years ago is still here. So yeah, that is all for this video. I feel like this was a good idea to do a video about it. But for now, we move on. I'll see you guys next week.